Alright, what's up guys? It's been quite a while since I've done any type of filming. The last video was doing that custom grill and the new wheels and tires on the truck. Now that was back in like middle of December. Well, I started filming that one early December, finished it, by the time you guys saw it, it was either middle or end of December when I finally posted that. And it's now middle of February and I haven't really done anything, haven't done anything worth filming since then. The rest of December I didn't really do much, and then in January I ended up buying a early 2000 Subaru Forester as just a winter beater, and it needed head gaskets replaced, so I did that basically beginning in middle of January. And then after that I didn't really do much. Like, I didn't touch the BRZ, didn't do anything with the SC, nothing to the ISF, just everything. Basically I just kind of just took a break. And then beginning of this month, which is February, I just went to Jamaica and I just came back. So haven't really had anything to film. So just the other day, Matt and I were at the shop and I started doing a couple things to the SC to get ready for this season. And I'm just going to show you what I did and what we're going to be doing today. So just like the Impreza that I had, if you ever watch any of those videos from last winter, I think it was, I bought an eBay body kit for that thing, and I actually just did the same exact thing for the SC. I just bought like a cheap, it was literally like a $500 free shipping, just fiberglass body kit for the SC, and it came with a front bumper, it came with side skirts, and I was hoping it was going to come with a rear bumper. But me not reading the description, it came with like a rear bumper like lip, like a little like lip thing at the bottom of it. With my rear bumper right now already cut, I can't use that little lip. I just wanted it basically so the bumper doesn't look like this. The bumper has all this like body damage from the previous owner on it. So I wanted to replace this bumper and then just start fresh with a new one. But maybe I'll just use this one, I'm not really sure. I kind of want to get this car like pretty much freshened up. So can't really see the bumper too well because the lights in here are still warming up because it's like 20 degrees out right now. But it has a nice lip to it. It looks pretty aggressive, like it looks good. I like it. The fitment is not too bad for being an eBay kit. Like the gaps seem pretty good, like all of these gaps right here are nice. This right now is just loose. I don't have anything to attach it over here yet, but what I plan on doing is using the little push. It's kind of, I don't really know how to describe them. They're like little like rings. They're like the little circles with like the push button in the center, and it pops it off. So I plan on making a bracket over here, down here on either side, and then one here, and then here. And then that's all that's going to hold the front bumper on. So if I ever need to take the bumper off, it's just the two push buttons on the sides, and then the two right here in the center, and then the front bumper will just come right off. So right now I'm currently still waiting for those to come in the mail, so I can't do anything on that. And now also what I did the other day is I put this side skirt on. So it's going to be really hard to see because it's still dark, and the side skirt is really dark. I grabbed a flashlight so we could see it better. But side skirt is mounted on. Well, it's halfway mounted on. I have two riv nuts holding it in to the factory rocker. It just goes right there. Right now, inside the door, I just have two self-tappers on it. I'm eventually going to replace those with some riv nuts as well. And then for the front, I just got to do the same thing that I did with the back. I just got to take this inner trim piece off, and then I could just use the existing holes where the clips are to put the riv nuts in, and that way the side skirt would just be a bolt-on piece. So I was originally going to do it, I was just going to nut and bolt it back here, but the only way I'm going to be able to reach those riv nuts is to take the quarter panel off. And if I want to just take those, like take the side skirt off real quick for some reason, like getting onto a trailer or anything like that, I don't want to have to disassemble the entire rear end in order to get those off. So the riv nuts make it nice and easy. I had to trim a lot of the side skirt in order to get it to fit. Same with the front bumper. I had to trim like all of like this area and like underneath this. I had to trim all of that. There's a couple areas like underneath the headlights and stuff where I had to trim out just because like the material's too thick. But besides that, it will bolt on perfectly fine once I get those clips, those quick release things on too. But for today what we're gonna do is that we're gonna throw the side skirt on this. Well, I'm gonna finish doing that side, throw the side skirt on this side, and then I actually ended up getting a racing seat so we could get rid of this nasty factory seat. I have an NRG seat right over there that I gotta throw on, so we could do that as well. Alright, so I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna go take that side skirt off the passenger side so I could get the front fender trim piece off. I'll show you what trim piece I'm talking about once I get it off. And then we'll just get started. Just throw those rib nuts in. I don't know if I have any hardware for that stuff. I might just have to steal it off of other things for now until I get more bolts. But I'm just gonna get started and I'll catch up with you after. Alright, so I just took both of the fender trim pieces off. This side's lit up, so I figured I'd just show you on this one. But this piece goes right here. So it kind of like lines up like the door trim. There's one in the back too, but I already took that one off. And it just literally just has two clips that just clip it right into here. Now what I did with the back, those two holes back there, these two, I just drilled those out a little bit and I put some M8 rib nuts in there. So now I'm just gonna do the same exact thing to the front. I'm gonna drill these out big enough just to fit the rib nuts in, put the rib nuts in there, and then once I'm ready to put the side skirt on, I can just mark the holes, drill them out, and then just some M8 by 1.25 bolts would just go right in there and hold it on. So that's about it. So I'm just gonna grab the other side skirt, which is all the way over there, and cut it up how I need to, just like how I did this side. This side I still need to do a little bit more. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so this was all like basically one big piece, and I had like a lip like this that went all the way over, and then I had to trim some of this out too. Same with the other side. Other side I had to do the same thing, so I'm gonna have to do that to the other one. That makes a mess. Like this thing is, there's like so thick of fiberglass, so like the fiberglass dust goes all over the place. But that one's all set. I gotta just drill these holes bigger, put the rib nuts in, and then that one will be finally ready to go on for the last time until we get it ready for paint. Once both the side skirts are on, I think I might put the quarter panels back on just to see everything together, and then we'll put the racing seat in and we'll be just about done for today. Alright, as you can tell from that quick little time lapse, cutting fiberglass is terrible. How much dust and stuff comes off of it, but literally the entire shop is now dusty. I've been using the blowgun just to try and blow the cars off and stuff. But both the side skirts are now cut, they're trimmed. I ended up going ahead and drilling the spots on the car for the rib nuts, and then I installed the rib nuts. So now both of these are in there, and now both of the front, both right there. So I just finished doing that on the opposite side too. So now what I'm going to do is have the door open, and I'm going to test fit this side skirt. Alright, so I ended up getting this one mostly on. This one's going to require more trimming than the other side, but I got both those to line up and bolt in. The problem is I can't close the doors because it's hitting right here just a little bit, so I got to trim that. And then the other problem is that the this piece is like folded outward, when the other side, this was actually flat, so I was able to mount stuff to it. So I'm gonna have to trim this piece to get that not to get in the way. And then up here, this starts contacting the door a little bit too, so I'm gonna have to trim that. And then besides that, both of those bolted on, that side bolted on. So I just got to do a little bit more trimming. Alright, well, I had to do some finagling with it, but I was able to get it to go on. I had to trim that hole like piece that goes where the door is. I had to trim all that out, so unfortunately I won't be able to put any like screws or anything in there. But with just those 2 bolts and those 2 bolts at the end, it's actually really sturdy. Like it's literally not moving. So that should be fine just with those 4 bolts. Alright, so there we go. I got this side on. So that one's all set. Now this one, can't really see because it's dark on this side. But I got this one all mocked up. I only have 1 bolt right there because I don't have one for right there. And then on this side I've got 2. Even with just those 3 holding it all in, it's actually really like sturdy. And it could probably just be fine with those, but final fitment of when these go on for real, I'll put a bolt in that one too. But side skirts are done. The doors open and close, nothing contacts. They actually look pretty decent. They're gonna look good with the bumper when everything's all like, you know, painted one color. But now we get to do the seat, and then we'll be done for today. So the seat, I've been waiting for a while. I don't know why I haven't bought it earlier, but when I was in Jamaica, I actually ordered that seat. I think it was maybe like the warm weather down there. It was kind of getting me like motivated to work on cars and like drive cars and like, you know, summertime cars. So I got a seat. It's just NRG's basic fixed back seat. It actually came with side brackets, which was kind of cool. So what I'm going to do is I got to take this seat out and then get my adapter plate bolted in and see what spot feels comfortable with me in that seat, because I don't have any sliders for it. It's just going to be a direct bolt, like a direct bolt on. So I'm going to get the seat out, and then I'll go grab the adapter bracket and I'll throw it in. Okay, so I just swapped the NRG ones off, and I put the just the universal ones that I already had on the seat, because the areas for the NRG one weren't really lining up with the seat bracket, and I just swapped these ones on, and these actually had the same exact problem. So this hole was just like a little bit off, but I was able to get the bolts to line up and go in there. So now I've got all 4 on, and I can go ahead and test fit this back on the car, put the bolts in just loose, and I'll just go sit in it again to make sure that I'm in the right seating position. Okay, and there we go. So I got the seat all bolted in. It's all sturdy, and I fit. The only thing I don't really like about this NRG seat, which I think I might just have to like wear into it, is that this like front area is really high up, but it does have like a lot of padding to it. So maybe once I'm sitting in it more, it'll you know, compact itself down. But that's the only complaint that I have about the seat. It was cheap enough. It was only like $200 for this thing, so for this thing for now, it's definitely worth it. Now I just need to eventually bite the bullet and buy one of the large seats for that side. This one I think was like their medium size, and it fits me really good. Actually, I have some room in it, so I'll just get a large one for that, for the passenger side, so then some big boys will be able to fit in there, and it'll be more universal for everybody. But that's about it. All the work that I wanted to do today is done. I got both the side skirts on and the seat in. So that's pretty much it. Alright, so I'm going to say that's a wrap on this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Next episode for the SC, we'll probably be building a front bash bar and doing those quick disconnect things on the front bumper. So I can't really do those quick disconnects until I make a front bash bar, because I want to incorporate the side ones into the bash bar itself. So I gotta wait to do that. I gotta get metal in order to do that, but that'll probably be another week or so. I gotta find time to get over to the metal yard to get some tubing for that. But until next time, don't forget to hit subscribe and give me a like, and I'll see you later. See ya.